Good morning, everybody. We are ready for baseball here at Hammonds Field. Welcome to Cardinals baseball on ESPN Radio, The Jock, 96.9, 99.9, and 1060 AM. Logan Weber's our producer back at the Jock Studios today. Tyson Hathcock and his great team here at the stadium producing the MILB TV broadcast. We appreciate you joining us here on this beautiful Tuesday in the Ozarks. We have an 11:30 a.m. first pitch coming up here in just a moment. Kicking off this series against Amarillo. First time we have seen the Sod Poodles since 2019. They were a Padres affiliate back then, so this is the first time that we've ever hosted Arizona Diamondbacks prospects here at the ballpark. And they've got a good team so far. Sod Poodles come in at 14-13. They can really swing the bats. A part of that goes with their ballpark at Hodgetown. It's a terrific hitter's park, but so is Hammonds Field. So if you like offense, come on out this week. It's Cardinals and Sod Poodles every day through Sunday, and I think we're going to see some home runs. Cardinals have hit 30 out of the park on their side, which is a good total through the first 28 games this year, 27 games. But Amarillo's at 48 home runs already. This lineup can really thump, and trying to keep them from doing that is the Cardinal right-hander this morning, Kyle Leahy. Kyle with a couple final warm-up tosses in. The tall righty out of Boulder, Colorado. He wears number 29 in Cardinal red on his back. 0-4 so far, a 9.53 ERA. He's made 5 starts. 22 2/3 innings, 31 hits, 25 runs, 12 walks, 25 strikeouts. Corbin Carroll leads off for Amarillo. And the game's first pitch is blistered on the outside edge. Strike number 1. Got to get us underway here at 11:32 a.m. It is a beautiful day as Carroll fouls that right back into the screen. 82 degrees, sunny skies, and a 15-mile-per-hour wind that just changed direction on us. It's currently waving out to center. Here's a fly ball to shallow left field. Koperniak in, now backs up a few strides, and he'll reel it in for the game's first out. Now the wind, I think, primarily is blowing to left, and Koperniak did have to adjust a little bit as that one got up into the jet stream. Retiring Carroll, though, for out number 1 to get this ballgame underway. Well, our first pitch time and temperature is always brought to you by Smart Rain Irrigation Systems. Smart Rain, saving water, time, and money. So 1 away here on this beautiful Tuesday morning. And we've got our first pitch clock violation here against the batter, Eduardo Diaz. So he will begin with an 0-1 count. And Leahy makes that 0-2 with a fastball right on the inside edge. I should say an off-speed pitch. Kyle with a breaking ball. It's knocked foul outside the third base line. And it'll hold at 0-2 for Diaz. The Cardinal infield around from left to right today. It's Jordan Walker playing third. The big leaguer, Edmundo Sosa, 2017 and 18 Springfield Cardinal. He is back at short here at Hammonds Field on a major league rehab assignment that is opening today. At second base is Irving Lopez. Malcolm Nunez plays first. The pitch here is bounced to third base, foul again, so Diaz will stay 0-2. Back there catching for the Cardinals is Pedro Pajes, rounding out the infield defensively for Springfield. Kyle kicks and fires, and it's swatted foul out of play. In the outfield today, it's Matt Koperniak in left field. He made that first catch of the day. In center field, back from the IL, Chase Pinder. Great to have Chase back in the lineup. And the right fielder is Moises Gomez. Leahy looking for the put away here. The 0-2. Breaking ball knocked down the third base side. Fair this time. Knocked down by Walker. Barehands it back up. Fires high to first. And Diaz is safe on the play. That will be an error charged to Jordan. So an E5 on the play. One man on and one away. Andy Yerzy digs in. Left-handed first baseman here in the heart of the Amarillo lineup. Nunez holds on Diaz at first base. And this is down and in off the foot of the umpire. Paez finds it behind home plate quickly. Diaz stayed put at first base. So nothing worse than just ball one. On a pitch that missed everything momentarily, skipped off the foot of the home plate umpire Alex Nash, and that actually ended up benefiting the Cardinals. Instead of that ball getting all the way back to the screen, it sort of stayed in that dirt circle area right behind Paez. Runner goes on a slow curve, no chance for a play at second. It is an uncontested steal. Fourth of the year for Diaz. And it went as ball two, missing a little bit low to the batter, Yerzy. So Diaz in scoring position at second base. There's one away. Just underway at Hammonds Field. And a fastball pointed down and in from Kyle will make it 3-0. Cardinals in the home whites on this sunny Tuesday morning. Springfield the Birds on the bat, right on the chest. All red caps, the white S logo on the front. 3-0. Is a fastball that just misses a little bit low. So a 4-pitch walk taken by Yerzy. Sod Poodles have 2 men on here with 1 away. Cardinals come into this ballgame at 11-16. 6-9 here on their home turf. Amarillo 14-13. They're in second place down south. 6-6 on the road. Left-handed batter Dominic Fletcher punches the first back up the middle. Base hit to center field. Being waved around third, trying to score is Diaz. The throw goes to third. Diaz is home without a play. It's an RBI base hit for Dominic Fletcher. And the Sod Poodles capitalize on the miscue with an early unearned run. 1-0 Amarillo with a nice piece of hitting by Fletcher. Knocking it right back through the middle of the infield for his 31st RBI of the season. Sod Poodles really have some impressive offensive numbers throughout their lineup. Now, part of that can be attributed to the very hitter-friendly nature of Hodgetown, their home ballpark in Amarillo. But they can do some damage wherever they're playing. Taekwon Forbes is the batter, and he takes inside. Ball one. 2 men on, 1 away. A 1-0 lead for the Sod Poodles here in the top of the first inning. And the pitch jams Forbes, but he still sends it deep down the right field line, tailing just foul. Gomez was trucking over for it, couldn't quite get there, and luckily it bent to the foul side of the line before touching down. So Forbes back into the batter's box, a 1-ball, 1-strike count. As a team, Amarillo is batting .306, which is just astronomical for a team batting average. 48 home runs, 198 RBIs. Already 58 doubles on the year. They have pounded 297 hits in just 27 games. This is knocked softly up the middle. Sosa over to his left, knocks it down, but can't make the play cleanly. Everybody's safe out there, and that'll likely be another error early on. So Yerzy gets down to third. Fletcher is on at second base. On at first base is Forbes. Bases full of Sod Poodles here with 1 away. Jorge Barosa is the batter. And a fastball is outside for ball one. One and 0 the count for Barosa. A bouncer to second base. Lopez right there. Flips to Sosa for one. On to first. Not in time. Barosa beats it out. Stays out of the double play. And that brings in a run. It is 2-0 Amarillo. With Yerzy scoring from third on that play. So it's a fielder's choice, 4-6. Forbes with his 14th RBI. Down to third base goes Fletcher. Out at second is Forbes, I should say Barossa, with his 7th RBI on the play. Forbes retired at second base. And a breaking ball is in there for strike one to Blaze Alexander. They gave Forbes a single on the previous ground ball. Barossa at first, fakes and stays, and another good breaking ball into Alexander for strike two. So Fletcher's the man at third base. On at first, Barossa. Blaze Alexander, the shortstop, batting .322. 4 home runs and 10 runs batted in. Quick throw to first base, checks on to Barossa, not in time. An early 2-run lead for Amarillo here in the top of the first inning. And the pitch. Up and inside for ball one. Alexander is one of 3 Sod Poodles that hit 2 home runs in Sunday's just mammoth win against Midland. They beat up on the Rockhounds to the tune of an 18-9 victory. The 1-2. Bouncer to third base. Walker right there. Fields it cleanly. Fires it across. And that'll be the final out here in the opening inning. 5-3 ground out. Retires Alexander. 2 runs home though for Amarillo right out of the gates. At the bottom of the first inning coming up here at Hammonds Field. Cardinals are trailing at 2-0. Amarillo Sod Poodles getting in front with 1 earned run, 1 unearned run in the top half of this inning. And leading off is the rehabbing big leaguer Edmundo Sosa. Opening up his major league rehab today, and he attacks the first pitch out of the right hand of Bryce Jarvis. Knocking it up into the sweets out of play for a foul ball. Sosa, Koperniak, and Walker taking on Jarvis, the righty. 0-1 is ripped down the right field line, just bending foul. Near miss for Edmundo, and the count quickly 0-2 for the big leaguer, who's on the 10-day IL currently with the St. Louis Cardinals. He had played 10 games to open up the season before going down with the minor injury that he's got. He's working back from. Here's the 0-2 from Jarvis. That's a breaking ball taken down and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sosa's up to 26 years old. Hard to believe. Feels like yesterday he was the infield prospect that came up. Was with Springfield for 1 game in 2017 and then played most of the year in 2018 as he lines this to left center field, and Edmundo starts off the bottom of the first inning with a base hit. So Sosa is on to start the bottom of the first. Great start to his rehab assignment here at Hammonds Field. And it puts a man on for Matt Koperniak. Now the righty out there for Amarillo, Bryce Jarvis. He's the number 7 prospect in the Diamondback system. Number 28 out there, former first rounder in 2020 out of Duke. He is 24 years old. This is ripped through the right side by Koperniak. A sharp single to right field. Sosa scampers to second and stops there. Back-to-back base hits by the Cardinals begin their half of inning number 1. And it puts 2 men on here for Jordan Walker. Jarvis so far this year has gone 2-0, 5.25 ERA. His 6th start of the season, 24 innings, 24 hits, 15 runs, 12 walks, and 21 strikeouts. Walker ready on the right side. And the first one, a high fastball taken for a ball 1 by Jordan. That one humming in at 96 miles per hour out of the right hand of Jarvis. Jarvis was an early winner of the Texas League Pitcher of the Week award this year. There's the 1-0. Swatted foul by Walker. 1 ball, 1 strike. He won that on April 17th for the week prior. He had thrown 6 one-run innings on April 16th in Tulsa. That is still his finest start of the year. 2 on, nobody down. The pitch for Walker is bounced softly down the third base side. Hustling in from third and now waiting back is Forbes. He'll let it tilt foul. And it's strike 2 for Jordan. Now the infield around for the Sod Poodles. Taekwon Forbes is their third baseman. Shortstop Blaze Alexander. Giancarlos Cintrone is the second baseman, with Andy Yerzy playing first. And Juan Centeno, the catcher. 2 Cardinals on, nobody down. Cardinals trying to punch right back after the Sod Poodles took an early 2-run lead in the top of this inning. And the 1-2. Down and away, a fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Jordan. Walker's batting .303, a home run, 9 runs batted in. He has been on in 22 of the 24 games in which he's played. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a foul back into the screen, so it'll be another 2-ball, 2-strike count for the 19-year-old. The only teenager in Double-A baseball, not just the Texas League, but across all 30 teams. Walker is the only player at the level that has not turned 20. He will soon, May 22nd. 2-2. Bounce down the first base side, a fair ball just inside the line. Sosa around third, scores without a play. To third is Koperniak. Into second is Walker. Cardinals on the board here in the opening inning. An RBI double for Jordan Walker. He just skipped it right inside that chalk on the first baseline. Able to sneak it through, and at that point, the Cardinals were off to the races. So Sosa in from second. Koperniak around to third. Walker is at second base. That is double number 6 for Jordan as Moises Gomez loses his bat on the swing. And it is strike 1. Walker's RBI on that double, his 10th of the year. Gomez will get a new grip on the bat, a little pine tar for the minor league leader in home runs. He's got 14 of them this year. 23-year-old out of Caracas, Venezuela, having just an incredible start to the season. 0-1 has popped up foul. That's coming back up this way and will drop down below for another souvenir here on this educational day at Hammonds Field. 2-1 Sod Poodles here in this opening inning. Koperniak at third, Walker at second. Still nobody down in this first frame, though, as Gomez tries to get a hold of one. The pitch to him. Swinging a foul, fighting off that slider by Jarvis. Moises overall is batting .374, 14 home runs, 30 runs batted in. Here's the 0-2. Down and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Moises back in on the right side. The high striped socks pulled up. Jarvis has his high socks pulled up. They're pink out there. And the 1-2. Pulled through the left side. A base hit for Moises. In from third, Koperniak. Walker stops at third. And Gomez ties this ball game with a screaming single to left field. 2-2 here in the opening inning. 31st RBI for Moises Gomez on the year. And the Cardinals have opened up this inning with 4 straight hits against Bryce Jarvis. That ball came off Gomez's bat at 112 miles per hour. That will elicit an early trip to the mound. The pitching coach, Shane Lukes, comes out. So the first visit on the Amarillo side, as the Cardinals have tied this game right away and are now looking for the early lead. Pedro Pages, the batter, coming up with Walker at third base, Gomez at first, and nobody out. Jarvis has really overall been very solid this year. He's coming off a 5-inning ball game on May 4th at home against Midland. 3 runs on 4 hits. He walked 3. He struck out 7, which were a season high. From the stretch, the first for Pages. High fastball. Pedro takes ball 1. Pages, the 23-year-old catcher from Maracay, Venezuela originally. He's batting .286 on the year, 3 home runs, 16 runs batted in, as he takes up and inside with a changeup. The count 2-0. All got going with the base hit by the rehabbing big leaguer Edmundo Sosa. Matt Koperniak pulled one to right field. The RBI double by Walker, the RBI single by Gomez. And Pages takes a high slider for ball 3. So commanding lead in the count for Pedro Pages, 3-0. And a baseball got loose from the grass berm in center field, so a momentary pause. Corbin Carroll tracks that down. Sod Poodles in the outfield, by the way. It is Carroll in center. Jorge Barrosa's got left field. He's playing back deep right now. The right fielder is Dominic Fletcher. 3-0. High fastball taken by Pages. So that's a 4-pitch walk, which loads the bases with nobody down here in the bottom of the first inning. Walker remains at third. Gomez down to second. Pages at first base. Here comes Chandler Redmond. Trying to swing Springfield in front here in the opening inning. 3 on, nobody down. Redmond ready on the left side. The pitch. Half swing, shoots one up into the Coca-Cola Redbird roost. So strike 1 for Chandler on the foul ball. He's batting .227, 2 home runs and 13 runs batted in. Columbia, South Carolina native. Even stance left side, bat perched above the shoulder. The 0-1. Swing and a foul. With a good, looked like that sharp slider out of the right hand of Jarvis. Jarvis does have a 4-pitch repertoire: the fastball, curveball, slider, and changeup. Here's the 0-2. Back to the fastball, up and outside though. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes for Chandler. Jarvis with the next. Misses outside. Off-speed pitch out of the right hand of the Sod Poodle starter. So an even count, 2-2 for Redmond. And the pitch. Put in the air down the left field side. That'll tail foul though, up onto the grass berm, out of play. And we will set back up for another 2-2. Well, it is a bit of a toasty morning here at Hammonds Field. We started at 81, and that's just going to go up from there. Jarvis having to work hard on the mound. He just wiped his brow. Already up to 25 pitches in this opening inning, and he has yet to secure an out. 2-2. Swinging a bouncing ball to second base. Off the glove of Cintrone. He'll glove it up, flip to first, and it's not in time. Redmond beats it out. A run scores with Walker home from third. Everybody moves up 90 feet. And it is 3-2 Cardinals here in the first inning. Well, Cintrone had to go to his left to try to field that ball in the hole. Got his glove on it, couldn't reel it in cleanly. At that point, there was no way that Walker wasn't scoring on the play. And it was just a matter of whether he could shuttle it to first base before Redmond was able to cross safely. Chandler will get an RBI no matter how it's ruled. His 14th of the year. Meanwhile, strike one pegged into Chase Pinder. Pinder bounces it off the pitcher. It caroms to the left side of the infield and sneaks through. Everybody moves up 90 feet. Gomez scores. They throw behind Redmond off second. They'll tag him out in the rundown. It is an RBI base hit for Chase Pinder. Redmond retired on the bases, but the Cardinals score Gomez and take a 4-2 lead. We've seen some crazy plays already in this first inning. So Pages lines up at third on that play. Gomez scores. Redmond got to second, but then was retired. He was thinking that Pages was going to try to score, evidently, and took too wide of a turn around first base. Well, they meet back on the mound, this time with the trainer, Damon Reel. So that will not count as an official mound visit, making sure that Jarvis is okay. There are Cardinals at first and third base. It is 4-2 Springfield. There's one away in the inning, and Malcolm Nunez is now the batter. Still awaiting the call on the Redmond ground ball, as this one hooks on the inside edge for strike one. Pages at third base. Pinder at first. He's held over there by Yerzy. Nothing at one coming for Nunez. Inside, a breaking ball, and the count is 1-1. Cardinals have 4 runs on at least 5 hits. This fastball is up and inside. 2 balls and a strike. Pinder's RBI on that previous play, by the way, his 10th of the year. And this is sliced to right center field by Nunez. Down in the gap. In from third, Pages. Around to third, Pinder. Malcolm digging for second. They throw to second base. Nunez out at the bag. It's 5-2. It will be an RBI base hit for Malcolm Nunez, with an outfield assist coming in. It was a heck of a recovery. The right fielder, Dominic Fletcher, got there in the gap and fired to second base before there was even really anybody at the bag. They then had to go cover. So Pages is home on the play. Pinder is the only man left out there at third. Fastball catches the top of the strike zone, 0-1. But the only 2 outs in this inning have been on the bases. Every Cardinal has reached initially from the batter's box. 0-1 to Lopez, who's the number 9 hitter, up in the first inning, and it's a fastball low. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Malcolm with his 12th RBI on that single, thrown out trying to get to second on the play. 1-1 for Irving, outside, 2 balls and a strike. It is a 5-run first inning for the Cardinals. They have a 5-2 lead. You could kind of look at the stat lines and read the tea leaves, expecting some offense in this series as Lopez pulls this foul outside the first baseline, 2-2. And boy, these 2 lineups not wasting any time living up to that expectation. The Sod Poodles with 2 runs on 2 hits in the opening half of the frame. And the Cardinals come right back with 5 runs on an undetermined, as of yet, amount of hits in the bottom of the inning. This is pulled to the right side of the foul line, down right field, so another near miss for Irving. That would have been a run-scoring double for Lopez had it stayed fair. Instead, will be another 2-2 count coming. Irving is batting .205 on the campaign. Had a 2-hit day on Sunday in that finale against the Naturals. The pitch from Jarvis. Down and in for ball 3. Sod Poodles do have a righty warming in the bullpen. You've got to think this would probably be his last batter. If he gets Lopez, he might stay in the game, but if not, he's up to 38 pitches. And he loses Irving to a walk. Another Red Wing Shoes walk taken by Springfield. This time with 2 away to keep the inning alive. That will bring Edmundo Sosa back up to the plate. He started all of this with a base hit. And that is indeed going to be all for Bryce Jarvis, knocked out of the ballgame in the first inning by Springfield. As Sean Roof, the Sod Poodles manager, takes a brisk walk out there. So the Cardinals get to the number 7 prospect in the Arizona system with 5 runs here in the first inning. They've got runners at the corners, and they've got the big leaguer Edmundo Sosa coming up against a new pitcher right after a quick break here on the Cardinals Baseball Network. Pinder is at third. Lopez is at first. 2 men on, 2 down. Sosa started this opening inning with a base hit. It's now 5-2 Cardinals. They've batted around in the opening frame. And this is behind Sosa. Trying to come in and score is Pinder. They're going to say it hit Edmundo, though. So Pinder will be back to third base. Sosa is going to take a walk to first. That ball came in, it looked like behind his either upper back or maybe even head, and just grazed him. So thankfully, Sosa no worse for wear, but officially hit by the pitch and will walk to first base. So that brings Matt Koperniak back into the batter's box. His second plate appearance here in this extended bottom of the first inning. 5-2 Cardinals. 3 men are on. Lopez down to second after they hit batter. And the pitch to Koperniak is outside, ball 1. The 2 Cardinals outs in this inning, both occurring on the base paths. The 1-0 to Koperniak. Angles a little low. Two and 0 for Matt. Outside and low. Ball 3 for Koperniak, and this new righty, Kaiwei Lin, is a pitch out of the strike zone away from walking home a run. He's out of New Taipei, Taiwan. 26 years old. And he fires right down the pipe, strike 1. Redmond, by the way, did officially reach on an E4 on the ground ball previously in the inning. Just some housekeeping as Koperniak skies this high. Left center field. Underneath it, though, is Barossa. And he makes the catch. So that is how this wild first inning ends. Cardinals send 11 to the plate. They bring home 5, and they're up 5-2 through 1 here at Hammonds Field on the Cardinals Baseball Network. Top of the second inning here at Hammonds Field. Juan Centeno leads off. Left-handed catcher Kyle Leahy back to work. And it is a 5-2 lead for the Cardinals. We've had a little bit of everything already. Must be a day game as a fastball is on the outside edge. 1 ball, 1 strike. You play baseball in the morning and anything can happen. Part of the fun of the educational day ball games. This pitch is outside. So 2-1 the count here for Centeno. He skies this to deep right center field. Gomez racing back. It's at the wall and it's over the fence. A solo home run. Juan Centeno sending a missile out to right center, clearing the wagon gate. So his 6th of the year, 20th RBI for the catcher. And the Sod Poodles are right back at it here in their second inning. Giancarlo Cintrone will dig in. Cardinal lead is 5-3. Centrone is batting .304. This breaking ball catches the outside edge, but good sharp slider by Leahy there. 0-1 from the tall righty. Upstairs with the breaking pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, Amarillo had scored 2 runs in the opening inning. As this finds the inside edge, that breaking pitch again, strike 2. RBI single by Fletcher and RBI fielder's choice by Barossa in the top of the first. Swing and a miss here. Leahy makes quick work of the batter, Centrone. And that is the first strikeout for Kyle Leahy. Popped out of the mid of Pajes. Centrone thought about trying to run to first base and then was told no by the home plate umpire, so he'll walk back. Corbin Carroll, the leadoff man, back up for round 2. Takes a high breaking ball, ball 1. Carroll's a left-handed batter. He's the center fielder. Popped it up and out to left field his first time at bat as he takes one on the outside edge. Carroll is the number 2 prospect for the Diamondbacks. Watching a fastball just missed down and in. First round pick in 2019 by Arizona. 2-1 is down and inside, ball 3. Three and 1 finds the outside edge. Carroll had tossed his bat and was heading down to first base, but he's going to be summoned back into the batter's box with the strike call of home plate umpire Jake Bruner. Carroll is just 21 years old, was drafted out of high school in Seattle, Washington back in 2019. 3-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Leahy battles back and gets his second straight strikeout. So back-to-back Ks after the solo home run that started this inning. 2 down and nobody on for the batter, Eduardo Diaz. Right-handed hitter in the lineup. Bounces the first pitch to short. Waiting back is Sosa. Backhands it smoothly and pegs it across to Nunez for the final piece of a quick second frame. Jordan Walker leads off with the righty for Amarillo, Kaiway Lynn, trying to settle things down defensively for the Sod Poodles after the Cardinals pounced on the Poodles for 5 runs in the bottom of the first. First pitch to Walker. Big swing and a miss by the slugger. Cutting right through a good slider by Lynn. So Bryce Jarvis, one of the top-ranked prospects in the Arizona system, knocked out today in the first as Walker fouls this back off the sweet facade. Carrying down below to a busy seating bowl here on this educational day. 0-2 for Jordan. He picked up an RBI double in that first inning onslaught. Here's the 0-2. High fastball, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lynn is 26 years old. He fires the 1-2. Pop foul out of play, first base side by Jordan. Lynn had most recently been in high A ball out in Hillsboro in the Northwest League back in 2021. This is his 9th outing this year. The 1-2 inside, the breaking ball, 2-2. So far in this season, he has no decisions, a 6.55 ERA. Walker in the open stance, upright on the right side. 2-2 delivery. Pulled through the left side. Walker leads off the second with a sharp single. And it's a 2-for-2 day for Jordan Walker. He's off to a great start to the week. That puts a man right back out there for Moises Gomez. And not shockingly, because just about everything is, that ball hit over 100 miles per hour by the 19-year-old. 103 off the bat, right through that 6.5 hole. Gomez hit one 112 miles per hour for an RBI single in the first inning as it takes up and outside, ball one. That was RBI number 31 on the season for Gomez. Will also increase that batting average to 380, 14 home runs for the slugger who has taken Double-A by storm. This pitch right along the outside edge, 1-1. And it's not really as if Gomez has come out of nowhere. He was a top 30 prospect in the Tampa system for years. They signed him as a 17-year-old. Spent 6 years as a Rays farmhand. Runner from first goes, now stops. Now the throw to first base on a pitch outside. They've got Walker in a rundown. He tries to avoid the tag. They're going to say he left the base path, though. And Jordan is out on a pickoff, just a caught stealing. With a 2-3-4 putout. So you can check that bingo square. Baseball bingo is coming up on Thursday, presented by Missouri Lottery, but this would be a great baseball bingo game. We have had somewhat interesting play after interesting play. Here's a swing and a miss on a breaking ball, 2-2. So Walker caught stealing just the third time he's been caught. Does lead the team with 10 successful steals this year. 2-2 for Moises. Rip and a miss on that good breaking pitch by Lynn. So a strikeout dealt by the righty. And 2 quick outs here in the inning. First strikeout for Kaiwei Lynn, who faced 2 batters in the first inning. He hit Edmundo Sosa and then got the fly out off the bat of Koperniak. Pedro Paez, the batter, nobody out there. And a breaking ball, not getting the strike call, missing a little bit low perhaps. 1-0 for the right-handed catcher. Even stance for Paez, that front foot up on its toe. The pitch. Down and away, skipping through the dirt. 2-0 for Pedro. Cardinals once again just with a really good core of catchers on this team. Paez has had an outstanding start to the season as the 2-0 is fouled back this way. It's going to knock off the press box. Julio Rodriguez has had to battle a couple bumps and bruises early, but he was back in there yesterday Sunday, and he clobbered that game-tying 2-run home run in the 8th inning, part of a 3 RBI day for Julio. This pitch is outside, 3-1. And then you add Nick Raposo back into the fold, who had such a good year last year. He's played 2 games this season after starting off on the IL. And it's again a scenario very similar to last season where no matter who's back there, you know you've got a really good option. Here's a sharp single the opposite way by Paez. So right on cue, Pedro picks up a base hit. A 2-out single the opposite way. And just a really good piece of hitting by the Cardinal catcher. So Chandler Redmond will dig in for round 2. First time facing this right-hander. With Paez on at first base. Redmond reached on a fielding error in the first inning. Pitch to him here, slides in there. Good breaking ball by Kaiwei Lynn. It's 0-1. Sod Poodles play him to pull it out of the left side. And a fastball zips in a little bit low. Lynn looking nauseous with the call. And the home plate umpire, Jake Bruner, is looking nauseous with the commentary from the Amarillo dugout. Here's the 1-1. Fouled back by Redmond. Plop down below. So the count for Chandler is a ball and 2 strikes. Trying to keep the inning alive after the 2-out base hit off the bat of Paez. He's held at first base by Yerzy. And this pitch chopped to first, but foul. Bottom of the second inning, Cardinals ahead 5-3. Nothing about the first 2 innings would make you think, though, a 2-run lead's going to do it today this early on. This is one of those games, and I think it's going to be one of those weeks you're just going to have to keep adding on, even if you secure an early advantage. Both of these teams have a lot of power throughout the lineup. This is pulled foul by Redmond, pelting it off the Ryan Lawn and Tree tarp on the right side of Hammonds Field. So it'll be another 1-2 pitch coming up here for Chandler. Beautiful sunny day here at Hammonds Field. We got going at 11:32 a.m. and it has been nonstop action ever since. Pajes ekes away from first. This pitch line to second, caught there by Cintrone. Top of the third here at Hammonds Field. Kyle Leahy right back to work, spins the first one in there. And Andy Yerzy takes a look at strike one. 5-3, Cardinals in front. This is a big swing and a miss by Yerzy, the left-handed batter. So quickly 0-2. Leahy had a quick inning in the top of the second, although it did begin with a solo home run. This breaking ball just outside. 1-2 for the big left-handed hitter. First baseman for Amarillo. Swing and a miss here. Strike three. Leahy nabs another K. That is his third strikeout of the day. And he has struck out now 3 of his last 4 faced ever since that home run. So Leahy deals to Dominic Fletcher and misses with a first pitch changeup. Perhaps a little bit high, I suppose. Fletcher in the left-handed side. Had a fastball burned right over the outside corner. This pitch a little high from Kyle. Leahy with the 2-1. Bouncer to the left side. Sosa backhands it short. A little hop as he fires over to first base. Nicely done by the big leaguer. They're 2 down here in the third inning. Bryce Jarvis had to throw 39 pitches in that first inning. So far, we've only had 1 scoreless half inning. That was the bottom of the second, dealt by Kaiwei Lin a moment back. Here in the top of the third, 2 down, the batter Tyquan Forbes on the right side. And Leahy buzzes one in for strike one. Forbes had an infield single in the midst of that first inning rally. Laid on a fastball from Leahy here. It's 0-2. The 0-2. Sky to right field, pushing back is Gomez towards the warning track. Gomez reaches out and he makes the catch. Moises crashes it. Chase Pinder leads off the bottom of the third inning. Kaiwei Lin is right back to work. And his first one's a fastball that misses outside. Ball 1. That one comes in at 94 miles per hour on the Radar Love speed pitch. Brought to you by Nick Love with Prudential Advisors. 1-0 for Pinder. Popped up left side of the infield. Everybody's got the sunglasses on today. It is the shortstop Alexander that makes the catch, and Pinder is retired to open up the inning. Now be sure to give Nick Love with Prudential Advisors a call today at 417-889-9662. Presenting the Radar Love speed pitch all season long. 1 down, nobody on. Malcolm Nunez is the batter. Malcolm struck in that first inning rally with an RBI base hit as he takes a slider from Lynn, darting down and away. 1-0 for Nunez. 5-3, Cardinals in front. 6 hits in the first inning. They added 2 more in the second. This is whistled back in this direction. Foul. Oh, and a great barehanded grab by a gentleman hanging out in a suite down below us. He didn't even stand up. Man, that's pretty cool. Nunez batting .215. The pitch popped up back this way. I am diving out of the way as it drops down below, and it's strike 2. Wasn't even anywhere near. That was not cool. The guy that caught the other one was way cooler. Opening game of this series, a beautiful day. A lot of field trips on hand today. We've got another morning game coming up tomorrow. It will be an 11:30 a.m. start time once again. And we go back to playing under the lights on Thursday. 6:35 start for our next Thirsty Thursday game this Thursday night. 1 down and nobody on here. Bottom of the third. Cardinals up by 2. The pitch for Malcolm. Down and away. 2-2. Thirsty Thursday, in case you haven't come out for one yet this season, the new Thursday promotion here at Hammonds Field. So every single Thursday night game, all fans 21 and up can enjoy drink specials on all adult beverages throughout the entire game. As they call a pitch clock violation on the pitcher, Lynn. He doesn't look thrilled with it, but that forces the count full, 3-2. Malcolm back in on the right side. The payoff pitch for him now. Foul back this way again. That one getting a little bit closer. And it'll stay full. So Thirsty Thursday coming up this Thursday. Then we're having a lot of fun with our halfway to Halloween promotion on Friday. This is inside. Malcolm takes ball 4. So Nunez keeps working those walks. That's number 19 on the season. And it, of course, is brought to you by Red Wing Shoes. Wherever your feet take you, visit Red Wing Shoes at 1707 South Campbell for a full line of Red Wing work boots, Irish Setter work and hunt boots, and Heritage Classic handcrafted footwear for men and women. Irving Lopez, Cardinal 9-hitter, up for the second time today. The first one for him is on the inside edge, a fastball from Lynn. Halfway to Halloween's coming up on Friday. We've got Friday the 13th fireworks. It's going to be awfully spooky out there. Cardinals are dressing up in specialty jerseys that are really cool as Lopez pops this into shallow left field. Coming in a long way is Barossa. He's there and he plucks it out of the air for out number 2. Malcolm remains at first base, and the big leaguer Edmundo Sosa comes to bat with a Sosa chant down below. In addition to the Cardinals dressing up, we're inviting all fans to dress up. Bring your Halloween costume to the stadium on Friday. We'll have a pregame costume parade on the field. If you want to participate, all are welcome. You just check in on the right field patio by 6 p.m. on Friday. Fastball pegged over the outside edge. Strike 1 for Edmundo. Going to be a lot of fun. It's no fun to let that Halloween costume sit in the closet except for one day a year. Bring it on down on Friday, our halfway to Halloween ball game. Sosa shoots it on the ground to short. It's scooped there by Alexander, and he'll flip it the short way to second. Fielder's choice off Alexander and Juan Centeno, 6, 7, and 8 in this Amarillo lineup. But the Cardinals ahead 5-3. Good first pitch, breaking ball, the curve that time right on the outside edge. Walker very shallow at third. This is punch to left field and deep, ranging back in a hurry. Koperniak, he's at the wall, he jumps and he reels it in. Matt Koperniak with a leaping grab right up against that left field fence. An outstanding play. He takes away at least an extra base hit. Boy, what a play by Koperniak. That's 2 great outfield plays in a row. Moises Gomez robbed Taekwon Forbes in the previous inning in deep right field, as this is pulled down the left field foul line. 0-1 for Blaze Alexander. And then Koperniak timing that jump perfectly. It gets tricky in left field at Hammonds Field because that wall angles in so drastically. Creates the short porch out there, just 315 down the line. This is knocked back off the ankle of Leahy, who will pick it up and flip it over to first base. They get Alexander 1-3, and they're going to come check on Kyle. That one got him right in his right foot, I believe, right ankle. And you know it was a square hit because it just stayed right next to his foot. Some are glancing blows, and that really is what you hope for, even though it creates a more difficult play. Also, hopefully, creates a less significant bruise. That one definitely smarting. Leahy kind of hopping around behind the mound, trying to convince the concerned parties that he's okay. Cardinal skipper Jose Lajer, pitching coach Darwin Marrero, and athletic trainer Alex Wolfinger are going to make him throw a couple practice tosses. Leahy throws one and says, yep. So Kyle will stay in the ballgame. That is terrific news. He's really been on a good roll here. He's retired 8 in a row since Juan Centeno hit a solo home run back in the second. Centeno is coming up now. They play him to pull it on the infield except for Walker, who stays towards the line and shallow. This one is zipped in by Kyle. A fastball for strike one. 5-3 Springfield ahead. It's the top of the fourth inning. Leahy finds the outer edge, a change that time, and the count quickly 0-2. But when Leahy's in a good groove, he flies on the mound. Swing and a miss, strike three, a strikeout that maybe took. Heart of the lineup coming up for the Cardinals in the bottom of the fourth inning. It's a new Sod Poodle out there. The righty Brett DeGus, 25-year-old out of Pleasanton, California. And his first one to Matt Koperniak is in for strike one. Cardinals lead at 5-3 on this Tuesday afternoon. DeGus with a breaking ball. It's fought foul down the third base side. So the count is quickly 0-2 for Koperniak on the left side. Matt is 1 for 2 today. Both of those plate appearances coming in the first inning. 0-2. Skied to center field, hit well. Going back on it quickly is Carroll, backpedaling onto the warning track with a little lunging catch. Having to arc his route to track that one down, but he's able to do so, and now retires Koperniak. So Brett DeGus is the new righty. He's the third Sod Poodle on the mound so far today. And his first one coming for Jordan Walker. Bounced down the third base side. A tricky play at third. Barehanded by Forbes. A throw to first not in time. Walker beats it out. That's an infield single. So Jordan Walker is 3 for 3. An RBI double. A base hit to left field. And now an infield single that he tapped inside the third baseline. And Taekwon Forbes was very tentative in his approach of that ball. There was really nothing he was going to be able to do to get Jordan the way that Walker runs. So man on for Moises Gomez. And a fastball finds the outer half. Strike one. So Kaiwei Lin is out of the game. He went 2 1/3 innings. Allowed 2 hits, no runs, a quick throw to first base, not in time. 1 walk and 1 strikeout for Lynn, and he did a nice job settling things down after Bryce Jarvis only went 2/3 of an inning today. 5 runs on 6 hits, 2 walks in his line. 0-1 for Gomez. Powered foul out of play. And it is 0-2. DeGus is 24 years old. Made his big league debut back in April of 2021. And the pitch for Moises down and away. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. DeGus was a 33rd round pick by the Dodgers in 2017 out of Cabrillo Community College in California. Got up with Texas originally in 2021, then spent some time with the Diamondbacks up in the big leagues. This is fouled back. 1-2 the count for Moises. 1 on, 1 down. Cardinals ahead by 2 here in this educational day ball game. Gomez already with an RBI base hit today. That came back in the opening inning. He is 1 for 2. And the pitch outside. Snap throw down to first, but Walker goes diving back in and is safe at first base. A pitch missing away, so 2-2 for Gomez. 14 home runs on the year, batting .376. The pitch for him. Bends a little bit inside, perhaps. That looked like a pretty good curve by DeGus. But it'll force it full at 3-2 instead. 1 on, 1 down, bottom of the 4th inning. Payoff pitch. Outside, it's ball number 4, so Gomez is on with a Red Wings shoes walk. Walker down to second base. Cardinals with 2 men on and 1 away. And that'll bring up Pedro Pages. Well, DeGus so far this year is in his 9th outing. No decisions either way. A 5.84 ERA. 12 1/3 innings. 10 hits, 8 runs. 11 walks and 7 strikeouts. They play for 2 on the infield. Pages already 1 for 1 today. Takes a fastball down and away for ball number 1. Well, that walk by Moises, of course, brought to you by Red Wings Shoes, where a heavy duty meets lightweight with Red Wings' full line of work boots, Irish setter work and hunt boots, and so much more at Red Wings Shoes, located at 1707 South Campbell. Snap throw to first base, a close play. Gomez able to slide back in. Both he and the first baseman, Yerzy, who was playing behind him, were heading for first at the same time. The catcher, Centeno, leading Yerzy to the bag with that throw, somewhat bravely, assuming Yerzy was going to get there. 2-0 count for Pages. The pitch right along the outside edge. Fastball out of the right hand of DeGus. Game 1 of 6 between these two teams this week. We're home every day through Sunday, with more day baseball tomorrow before we go back to the night start times on Thursday. All right, a breaking ball is inside and high. So a hitter's count for Pages. With the base hit today, he's got that season batting average up to .298. Has hit in 9 of his last 14 games, batting .325 over that stretch. The pitch here, sent to right center field towards the gap. That's going to get down. Base hit for Pages. Walker being waved around third. He's trying to score, and he will without a play. Gomez gets to third. Pages on with an RBI single. It is 6-3 Cardinals, with Pedro driving that ball to right center. So Walker in from second. Pages has his 17th RBI. He's at first base. Gomez went around to third on the play. Cardinals back up to a 3-run lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And Chandler Redmond is the batter. DeGus kicks and fires. Redmond takes a breaking ball right along the outside edge. Strike 1. Chandler's 0 for 2 today. He did pick up an RBI on a ground ball that resulted in an error back in the 1st inning. This is slugged the opposite way towards left field in that short porch. Over for it, Barossa onto the warning track. He's there for the catch. Tagging though and scoring is Gomez. It is 7-3 Cardinals on a sac fly for Chandler Redmond. So the second RBI today for Redmond. And this is really going to be a critical trend throughout the week when you're playing an offense like what Amarillo's got. You've got to keep the foot on the pedal. Cardinals put up the big 5-run outburst in the first inning, and they have added 2 so far here against DeGuss in the 4th inning. Pages, the only man on base. He's at first. 2 away, and Chase Pender is the batter. Takes a breaking ball outside for ball 1. Pender's 1 out of 2 with an RBI single in the opening inning. This is pulled off the bag at third. It's going to trickle into shallow left field. Pages trying to get to third. Forbes, the third baseman, tracks it down all the way out in left. And it's a double for Chase Pender. Pender pulled it perfectly off the base at third. And then caromed up into the air, settling in shallow left field. Forbes, the third baseman, wisely went back after it, because the left fielder, Barossa, was nowhere near. Forbes was able to finally track it down in shallow left, but not before Pages went first to third, and Pender was hot on his heels, getting a double for it. So his 4th double of the year. 2 Cardinals on at second and third, 2 away. Malcolm Nunez trying to tack on. First pitch for Nunez, down and away for ball 1. Malcolm is 1 for 1 with an RBI base hit in this ball game and a walk. The 1-0. Low with a fastball. It's 2-0 for Nunez. Cardinals ahead by 4. A base hit here by Malcolm could bring in both runners from second and third. Pender can really move. He's the man at second, with Pages right in front of him at third base. 2-0 count. The pitch for Nunez. Catches the outside edge. A good slider by DeGuss. Malcolm wincing with the strike call, but it goes to 2-1 against him. Cardinals are up to 11 hits in this game. 7 runs on 11 hits. 2-1. Taken maybe a little bit low. That one looked better than the last one. It's a hitter's count, though, as the 2 breaking balls even out, and the home plate umpire, Jake Bruner, hears it a little from the Sod Poodle dugout. The 3-1 for Nunez. And the pitch for him. This one outside, a fastball nowhere near. So another walk for Malcolm Nunez, his 2nd of the day. That loads him up here for the Cardinals with 2 down and Irving Lopez coming up. And that is the 5th walk drawn by Springfield today. That will also bring out the pitching coach for the Sod Poodles. It is Shane Lukes coming back out, this time to chat with the reliever they just brought in Brett DeGuss. So Nunez with the 2 walks is up to 20 on the year. That moves him into a tie for 4th in the league. Cardinals have been one of the most patient lineups in the league this season. With 5 walks today, they're up to 143 walks through their first 28 ball games. So 3 on, 2 down. A quick chat out there on the mound. The batter coming up is Irving Lopez in a 7-3 lead for Springfield. Bottom of the 4th inning. Lopez ready on the left side. DeGuss brings the hands together. He works from the far first base side of the rubber, and he pins a breaking ball around that backdoor edge for ball 1. Irving really trying to blow this game open right here. Chokes up a bit on the handle of the black bat. And the pitch. Up and away for ball 2. Lopez has a walk in his line. He worked that free pass in the first inning. It was the final batter that the Amarillo starter faced today. 2-0 for him here. Pulled to first base. Scooping it there is Yerzy. He'll stomp on the. Giancarlo Cintrone will open up the top of the 5th inning. And he shoots a foul ball over the Cardinal dugout. So strike number 1. Leahy has been in a great groove ever since Juan Centeno hit a solo home run that started the 2nd inning. This knocks down Cintrone, and I think it might have gotten him. Either that or he landed weird. But he's in some pain as he's back up on his feet at least, and he's kind of hanging his arm down. I think maybe it got him on the hand. Either that or he landed, and judging by the Amarillo manager Sean Roof's reaction, I don't think the home plate umpire is going to give him first base. Sean Roof is not happy, saying, look, his hand is hurt. Now that ball was up and inside. The only way it could have hit his hand is if, as he was leaning back out of the way of it, just naturally his hands came up and it got him. The only other way he could have hurt himself was in landing, because he did hit the deck. Maybe he jammed a finger or something with his hand on his way down. The home plate umpire, Jake Bruner, seems unconvinced, and now they're kind of yelling back at each other, Sean Roof and the home plate umpire. And now another coach out of the Amarillo dugout has come storming out to talk to the home plate umpire, and he's been ejected. So the manager, Sean Roof, has not been ejected, but another coach who's wearing just a hooded, kind of like one of those performance cutoff sweatshirts, has been ejected. I would imagine that's probably the hitting coach, Travis Dinker. So he will make his way out of the dugout. They haven't been enamored with the strike zone on the Amarillo side, and now the coach makes his way down foul territory in left field and pleads his case to the third base umpire, Ben Engstrand. Now, there's only been one pitch here in the 5th inning. Nothing in one count here for Cintrone. He's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Breaking ball knocked to third. Walker right there for it. Picks it out of the air. Fires to first base. And Cintrone retired 5-3. So that's 10 in a row put down by Kyle Leahy, who's really found a good groove. The batter is Corbin Carroll, the leadoff man. Mentioned just briefly, and then, I think that was the midst of one of the crazy rallies early in this game, but 3 different Sod Poodles hit 2 home runs each in their big 18-run outburst against Midland on Sundays. This fastball to Carroll misses outside, 1-0. The pitch for Carroll here, bounced softly down the first baseline. Right there, Nunez, he'll pick it up and stomp on the bag. 3 unassisted ground out. The Cardinals have kept Carroll 0 for 3. He was one of those Sod Poodles that pounded 2 home runs on Sunday, and that came one day after he hit 2 home runs on Saturday. So Carroll came into this game with 4 home runs in his last 2 games, I believe spanning 10 at-bats. This breaking ball just outside. Ball 1 to Eduardo Diaz. 1-0 for the right-handed batter. And this is down and away. 2-0. Cardinals lead at 7-3. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Leahy peers in over the top of the black mitt. The pitch. Bouncing down and away for ball 3. Diaz on the right side is 0 for 2. He reached on an error. That was in the 1st inning. And then bounced out to short in the 2nd inning. Coming off a 2 for 6 ball game back on Sunday himself. 3-0 delivery. Breaking ball perfectly on the inside edge. There's a good curve ball by Kyle Leahy. The righty fires. There it is again for strike 2. So a couple of good breakers with 3 balls in the count. Leahy trusting that breaking pitch. Here's the payoff pitch. Back to it again. It's lined over the leaping Walker down the left field line. Extra bases into the corner. Diaz around first, goes to second. It's a double. With 2 down in the 5th inning, Diaz doubles into the left field corner. His 6th double of the year. So that brings up Andy Yerzy, the left-handed first baseman. Yerzy in the upright stance. 23-year-old from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Is a fastball pegged in there, strike 1. Diamondbacks picked him in the 2nd round in 2016 out of York Mills High School up there in Toronto. 0-1 delivery. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Yerzy is batting .274, 2 home runs, 9 runs batted in. His 20th game played. He's 0 for 1 today with a walk, a run, and a strikeout. 1-1. Bends a little bit low from Leahy, that breaking ball. So the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Top of the 5th inning, 2 down here at Hammonds Field. Leahy looking for the final piece of the frame, and he just misses. Maybe a little bit low with an off-speed pitch. So a hitter's count for Yerzy. Kyle set up on the far first base side. They play Yerzy, the left-handed batter, to pull it. The pitch. Half swing and a miss on that sharp breaking ball. So it's full for Yerzy now. Nunez right on the line at first base. Lopez playing a deep second. Rehabbing Edmundo Sosa up the middle at short, right behind the runner from second base. Walker about straight away at third. 3-2. Called strike 3. Leahy bends it on the inside edge. An off-speed pitch. Edmundo Sosa leads off the bottom of the 5th inning. 7-3 Cardinals on this day game here at Hammonds Field. And the first pitch to Sosa from the righty, Brett DeGus, slides outside for ball 1. Edmundo having a good day, beginning his rehab assignment here in this morning and early afternoon game. As the 1-0 for him. Skied to center field. That ball hit well. Back for it though. Carroll onto the warning track. A jumping grab, and he makes the catch. Corbin Carroll able to bring that in with a jumping catch. I wonder if he wasn't positive where exactly the outfield wall was. That ball was not going to get over the fence, but he does take away a double that would have pelted probably off the lower half of the wall had Carroll not been able to catch it. So the pitch from Matt Koperniak settles in there, strike 1. Koperniak on the left side, an open stance. Cardinal number 2 batter. He pulls this foul down the first base line right off the handle. So nothing at 2 for Koperniak. He's 1 for 3 today. Singleton scored in that opening inning rally. And the Cardinals put up 5 runs in response to the early 2 tallies by Amarillo. Koperniak choking up a bit on the bat. And he pops this into shallow right field. In for it is Fletcher. And he pulls it in for the second out. So a couple of air outs induced by Brett DeGus. He keeps the bases empty for Jordan Walker. Walker's had a terrific day today. 3 for 3. With an RBI double in the first inning and then singles in the second and fourth innings. And he checks his swing on a fastball that's up and in. They say he went around though. First base umpire Alex Nash down there. So 0-1 the count for Walker. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Slider by DeGus. Just eking its way by the powerful cut of Jordan, who with those 3 hits today has that batting average right back into the 320s. Currently at 326. And now they're going to call a pitch clock strike on him. So Kyle Leahy right back to work, top of the 6th inning here at Hammonds Field. And his first pitch is a modicum outside. Ball 1. 7-3 Cardinals. Dominic Fletcher, tough left-handed hitter, opens up. That second pitch, right where the first pitch was. Not getting that outside strike, and the count is 2-0. And now Jake Bruner directs his attention to the Cardinals dugout. 2-0 count here, and the pitch this time does get that strike pumped. So 2-1 for Fletcher. Fletcher is having a terrific season. There aren't many Sod Poodles in this lineup that aren't, as this one misses outside. 3-1. Fletcher is batting .320. He collected his 31st RBI of the year back in the first inning as he takes a breaking ball on that backdoor edge. He has negotiated the count full. Payoff pitch. Foul back into the screen. Kyle got Fletcher then on a ground out to short in the 3rd, so the batter is 1 for 2 overall today. He and Moises Gomez, though, remain in a tie atop the league's RBI producers, each with 31. Swing and a miss, strike 3 here. Kyle Leahy able to get that breaking ball by. A waving cut at it from Fletcher. And he is the 6th strikeout victim for Kyle Leahy. So 1 down, and the batter is Tyquan Forbes. Forbes waving the bat back and forth. Right-handed batter. And he takes down and away, ball 1. Forbes singled in the opening inning as he scorches a line drive to left field here on his horse. Koperniak, and a quick first step makes it possible to bring that ball in with not a ton of additional effort. Good reaction by Koperniak on a ball that came off the bat of Forbes, whistling out to left field. 103 off the bat. Koperniak with a couple quick strides, though, able to run it down. Jorge Barrosa, the batter, and a curve catches that outer half. Strike 1 spun in by Leahy. Walker shallow at 3rd. This is golfed in the air to right field and a right to the glove of Moises Gomez. All right, quick work by Kyle Leahy. A 1-2-3, top of the 6th inning. Cardinal right-hander cruising along, keeping it 7-3 Springfield through 5.5 on the Cardinals baseball, which is especially impressive considering some of the lengthy innings early. Really, that first inning, which required 22 pitches, but he has kind of caught back up in the pitch count pacing since then. So Moises Gomez leads off. It's a new Sod Poodle righty out there on the mound. And a fastball is up and inside for ball 1. Josh Green, the new right-hander for Amarillo, set up on the far first base side. And buzzes Gomez with another heater. So 2-0 count. Brett DeGus wrapped up his outing with a quick 1-2-3 5th inning after the Cardinals had padded their lead with 2 tallies in the 4th against the righty. Pitch for Moises, rifle to left center field. That's going to get down in the gap. Extra bases for Gomez. It bangs off the Herman Lumber sign, and Moises cruises in with a standing double. His 8th double of the year. Another 2-hit day for Gomez. Cardinals right back at it here in the 6th. That'll bring up Pedro Paez with Gomez at second base. Nobody down. That is the 14th multi-hit game for Moises Gomez this year. He's got 12 2-hit games, 2 3-hit games. And a whole bunch of those hits have sailed over the fence. This pitch inside for Pages. Ball one for the Cardinal catcher, who has not been retired in this game. Walked and scored in the first inning, singled in the second, then he drove in a run with a base hit in the fourth. And he takes right on the outside edge from Green. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Green is the 4th Sod Poodle to toe the rubber in this game. The pitch for Pages. Up and inside, a breaking ball. 2-1. Green is 26 years old. He's out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. 14th round pick of the Diamondbacks in 2018 from Southeastern Louisiana University. 2-1 pitch for the catcher. Up and inside, it's 3-1 for Pedro. 10th appearance this year for Green. He's 0-1, 7.24 ERA. 13 2/3 innings. Pages back in on the right side. And the 3-1 for him. Right along the outside edge, 3-2. Now for Green, 8 strikeouts, 13 walks, 16 hits and 11 runs. He was in AAA all season last year. As the payoff pitch, zipped foul by Pages. Green a season ago went 8-4, 7.34 ERA. 26 games, 15 starts for the righty up in AAA Reno. Longtime Diamondbacks affiliate in the Pacific Coast League. Payoff pitch for Pages. Down low for ball number 4. Pedro is back on for the 4th time in as many tries. So Gomez will stay put at second after his double. Pages joins him out there with another Red Wing Shoes walk. The batter is Chandler Redmond coming up. Cardinals lead at 7-3 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Well, from work to the weekend, the job site to the ballpark, and everything in between, Red Wing Shoes in Springfield has your feet covered no matter where you're walking. Visit Red Wing Shoes today at 1707 South Campbell. As a breaking pitch swoops into Redmond for strike 1. There is one other day game going on in the Texas League today. Nothing in 1 pitch. Redmond skips it foul. And it's 0-2. That's the game at Arvaz Ballpark right now. Northwest Arkansas hosting Wichita. It is 6-3 Naturals. They're in the top of the 8th inning. 0-2 for Redmond. Just a hair down and away. Close fastball by Green, but it doesn't get the punch out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Series opener around the leagues on this Tuesday. Frisco's in Tulsa later on tonight. That's a 6:05 ball game. At 6:30, it's Corpus out in Midland. Breaking ball outside, 2-2. And the cross division matchup is Arkansas in San Antonio with a 7:05 start. 2-1 and nobody down. 2-2 count for Redmond. The pitch. Slugged to deep left field by Chandler. Going back on it is Barosa. He's at the wall. It is gone. 3-run home run for Chandler Redmond. And it jumps the Cardinals up by 7, 10-3. .400 feet off the bat of Chandler Redmond, a 3-run bomb. His 3rd of the year, up to 16 RBIs. That is the first Cardinal home run of the day. So a double, a walk, and a round tripper. Cardinals have 3 runs home in this inning with nobody out still. And the batter is Chase Pinder. First one for him is down and away. Ball 1. That's a Volt Credit Union home run for good, of course. Every time the Cardinals hit one out here at home, Volt Credit Union makes a donation to the Foundation for Springfield Public Schools. 1-0 to Pinder, down and in, 2-0. You can learn more and revolt against banking as usual at voltcu.org. 3-run blast by Chandler Redmond. 2-0. Down and away for ball number 3. Cardinals have 10 runs on 13 hits today. We're only in the 6th inning. We got going at 11:35. I should say 11:32 to be exact, a.m. on this toasty Tuesday. This one slung in there by Green. 3-1 for Pinder. Now, St. Louis Cardinals update brought to you by Caleb Cash Tao with Remax. Cardinals are back at home after the quick trip out west. As Pinder puts it on the ground to short, right there with the scoop. Alexander throw to first base, gets Chase. 6-3 put out on the play. There's one away. So St. Louis is back at home. They went out and split that series in San Francisco, and they come home to take on the Orioles with a 6:45 first pitch coming up a little bit later on tonight. Our Cardinal updates are always brought to you by Caleb Cash Tao with Remax, one of our terrific on-field hosts. Working today, in fact. As the pitch to Malcolm Nunez is up and in, ball 1. You can learn all about Caleb at BeBetterAgent.com. That's BeBetterAgent.com. 1-0, bounced foul by Nunez down the third base line, 1-1. Memphis Redbirds will start an East Coast trip out to Norfolk tonight. This fastball a little bit low, 2-1. So while the big club takes on the Orioles, the Redbirds will take on their AAA affiliate out in Norfolk, Virginia. Nunez skies this to deep left center. Carroll back, looks up, and that ball is long gone. An absolute bomb by Malcolm Nunez. A solo home run. Second of the inning for the Cardinals, and they lead it 11-3. 438 off the bat of Malcolm. His second of the year, 12th RBI. I should say 13th RBI with 2 today. So Redmond with a 3-run home run. Nunez with a solo home run. Irving Lopez takes a fastball high, and the count 1-0. Cardinals pouring it on here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A pair of Volt Credit Union home runs for good. There's the 1-0 from Green, burned in there, and the count 1-1. So 2 more donations by our friends at Volt Credit Union for the Foundation for Springfield Public Schools. This pitch popped foul by Lopez, back out of play. Knocking on top of the Sod Poodles dugout. 1-2 count. Cardinals up to 11 runs on 14 hits. 2 home runs in this inning. Both teams came out swinging in the opening stanza. 2 put up by Amarillo. Cardinals then countered with that 5-run rally. They have been in front ever since. The pitch to Lopez, skip foul, back by Edmundo Sosa, the rehabbing big leaguer, waiting on deck. Green set up on the far first base side. He fires. And it's swatted foul again by Irving, sending that one up into the Coca-Cola Redbird roost. Gentleman has a Coke in his right hand. He reached up with his left hand and knocked it down. Stayed with the play and wound up with a souvenir, not spilling his Coke. The 1-2. Put in the air to right field by Lopez. This one carrying right to Fletcher, who trots in a few strides and makes the catch. So that is out number 2 in this inning. And it brings up Edmundo Sosa. Sosa is 1 for 3 today. A single and A hit by pitch, both coming in the first inning. 26-year-old native of Panama City. First one to him here. Up and inside, ball one. Sosa really had such a good year last year. Played 113 games with St. Louis. A breakout season for Sosa as he steps out of the way of a fastball, buzzing him in on the hands. 2-0. Edmundo last year hit .271, 6 home runs, 27 runs batted in. 2-0. Right down the pipe. Good heater that time by Green. 2-1 for Edmundo. Green deals the next. Swinging on a line drive back up the middle. Base hit for Sosa, his second of the day. Had a 2-out knock for the rehabbing big leaguer. Keeps this 6th inning alive for Springfield. So Sosa is on for the 3rd total time. His 2nd hit of the game. Both are singles. And that's going to be all for the righty Josh Green. With the Amarillo skipper coming out. Sean Roof will take the ball from the righty. They have a new right-hander coming in from the bullpen. Boy, it's all Cardinals here on this Tuesday afternoon. A couple of homers in this inning. They're up 11-3 and looking for more against a new Sod Poodle. Taking over right after a quick pitching change break on the Cardinals Baseball Network. Edmundo Sosa, the rehabbing St. Louis Cardinal, is on with another single. He's at first base. Matt Koperniak, the batter. It's 11-3 Springfield. And a fastball from the righty. Lewis catches the outside edge. Justin Lewis, 26 years old, out of the University of Kentucky. As the 0-1 outside, 1-1. 12th rounder in 2018, picked by Arizona. He's had a good start to the year. This is his 9th outing. He's 2-0 with a 2.31 ERA. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Boy, a tough slider there. Had Koperniak out in front. So the count 1-2 for Koperniak. Walker is on deck. Gomez in the hole. 1 on, 2 down in an inning in which the Cardinals already have 2 homers. Rip and a miss. Even an 8-run lead is not safe against these Sod Poodles. Kyle Leahy's done a terrific job, though. The right-hander's back out there for his 7th inning. Blaze Alexander leads off and looks at a fastball that came a little too close. Ball 1. Alexander is 0 for 2, a pair of groundouts. And he rips this right back by Leahy through the middle of the infield. Sharp line drive single for Alexander. A leadoff base hit for Amarillo. The first time they've started an inning with a base runner since the 2nd when Juan Centeno hit that solo home run as he comes back up here. After the home run, though, Leahy dug in with 11 straight outs. That stretch got snapped with a 2-out double by Eduardo Diaz in the 5th. Leahy then retired the next 4. So before the single here by Alexander, Kyle had retired 14 of 15 batters. And he misses with a breaking ball just a little bit low. There's a ground ball hit softly to second. Lopez up with it, fires to second for 1. Sosa back to first for 2. 4-6-3 double play. Lopez and Sosa, the big leaguer, get into it up the middle. Induced by Kyle Leahy. He erases the base hit he allowed, and they're 2 away with nobody on. Oh, with Centeno, the catcher, running, Cardinals turn that double play with terrific ease. On a ball that really wasn't hit that hard. If it had been a different batter running down the first baseline, it might have been a tough double play to turn. Ball 1, meanwhile, to Giancarlo Cintrone. Second baseman swats this foul back out of play. Cintrone is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a groundout. He kicks and fires, pointing a fastball low for ball 2. Cardinals have some activity down in the Ozark Fence and Supply Company home bullpen, with the left-hander Sean Keeley getting warm. Kyle pitching into the 7th inning. And the 2-1. Just a touch down and away. Leahy's prior season high was 5 1/3 innings. 3-1 delivery. Right on the inside edge. Good off-speed pitch for strike 2. Kyle did throw 7 innings last year in Double-A ball, though that was out of the bullpen. Here's his payoff pitch. Put on the ground to Lopez at second. Irving scoops it up, throws to first, and Kyle Leahy spends 7 innings in this ballgame. Jordan Walker leads off the bottom of the 7th inning. 11-3 Cardinal lead as Jordan rips over the top of a good breaking ball by the righty. Justin Lewis back to work out here. And the pitch to Walker. Swing and a miss. Good slider there. So 0-2. Sod Poodles took the early lead. They scored 2 in the top of the 1st inning. But the Cardinals bounced back with a 5-run outburst in the bottom of the inning as a fastball's pointed up and away. 1-2. Amarillo got one of those runs back in the 2nd, so it was just a 2-run ball game. 5-3. As the 1-2 ripped at and missed. That breaking pitch again. So Walker down on a strikeout. Lewis has struck out both batters he's faced so far. And the next coming up is Moises Gomez, having another terrific day in the batter's box. The Cardinals, really a big inning was that bottom of the 4th inning. They padded the lead back out with 2 runs in that frame. That made it 7-3. This pitch to Gomez, a fastball burning up and in for ball 1. It was an RBI base hit by Pages and a sac fly from Redmond in that inning that brought in the 2 runs. 1-0 for Moises. Lifted high, foul side of first base, giving it a look. Yerzy, it's going to be close, whether it's playable, and it just does bounce into the photo well. Yerzy might have had a play on it had he been a little bit more confident on where he was and where the top step was over there, but it gets tricky. You've got the steps down into the dugout with the opening that you certainly don't want to mess around with. And then the photo well, and this is the first time that Amarillo has been to town. As the pitch to Moises, a changeup, strike 2. And I think the only player on this Amarillo team that's ever played here at Hammonds Field is former Cardinal Leandro Cedeno. Time is called for here. Gomez, after that swing, appears to be in a little bit of discomfort. And that is certainly not good news. Jose Lajer down to check on him. Alex Wolfinger comes out to have a conversation. Moises kind of pointing around the lower back area and is trying to stretch it out. So hopefully he is okay. He has just had a dream start to this season, hitting .383. He's so far today added an RBI base hit, a double, a walk, and 3 runs. He has been the top hitter in this league overall. He's been really the top hitter in all of Double-A, and I think you could certainly make the case all of minor league baseball. And Moises is going to try to stay in there, so that's a great sign that hopefully whatever twinge he felt in that backswing a moment ago isn't that bad. Gomez settling back in, a 1-ball, 2-strike count for him. Justin Lewis, the big right-hander out there, tall and lanky. And the pitch. Pulled foul, making Jose Lajer show off the vertical jump. Cardinals skipper down at the third base coach's box. So I'd say Gomez's back appears to be okay, as he yanked a foul ball right towards his manager. After the Cardinals had added those 2 insurance runs in the 4th, they then powered further in front with the 2 home runs in the 6th. Here's a fly ball sent to left field, and Shallow hurrying in for it and getting there for the grab is Barossa. Playing a deep left field, respecting that power of Gomez, and doing a good job hurrying in on a ball that was just kind of hanging up there for him. So 2 down in the bottom of the 7th inning. The batter is Pedro Pages coming up. Those homers in the 6th, the 3-run shot by Chandler Redmond, who currently is on deck. Then a solo blast by Malcolm Nunez, as Pages takes on the inside edge, strike 1. And those 2 round trippers homered or powered the Cardinals further in front, 11-3, the current score. This one down and inside. Pages evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pedro has yet to be kept off base today. 2 for 2, 2 singles, 2 walks, an RBI, and 2 runs. And this comes in and grazed him. The umpire is going to say no. Pages laughing about it. Might have been trying to sell it. So the count 2-1. Pedro back in there. The pitch from Lewis. Swing and a miss. The fastball this time from the righty. 96 out of that right hand. So Pages with the perfect day going today is batting .310 now. 2-2. Swing and a miss. The breaking ball getting another Cardinal. 3rd strikeout for Lewis. He's retired all 4 that he's faced. Defensive changes on the Springfield side. The lefty in on the mound is Sean Keeley, so a terrific day wraps up for Kyle Leahy. 7 innings for the righty today. Leahy starts off the 8th with a fastball that's high for Corbin Carroll, the leadoff man. 2 defensive subs as well. Edmundo Sosa done for the day. Delvin Perez has checked in to play short. Will bat in Sosa's spot here on out as a fastball is in for strike 1 to Carroll. And then in right field, Jonah Davis has come in. Moises Gomez will be done for the day. Not surprisingly, as this pitch is inside, 2-1. Gomez kind of tweaking something. It looked as if he tweaked something, at least in his back, with that half swing, or the full swing, in the back swing of one of the pitches in his at-bat moments ago. He finished the at-bat, but will be done for the day. Here's a strike pegged in by Keeley, the tall lefty out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 2-2 count for Carroll. The pitch. Called strike 3. Keeley burns it across the outside edge. And the fastball freezes Carroll. So a great start for Keeley, his first strikeout of the day. Now the final line for Kyle Leahy, how about 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, only 1 earned run, with 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. Exiting with an 8-run lead. First pitch sinks a little low to Eduardo Diaz, right-handed batter, the number 2 hitter for Arizona, or excuse me, for Amarillo. Keeley allows a line drive here. A base hit to left field, cut off quickly by Koperniak. He'll fire it into second and hold Diaz to just a single. A good play by Matt Koperniak, cutting off that hard hit base hit in left field. Seventh outing of the year for Keeley. No decisions, a 5.87 ERA. 8 innings total of work, 5 runs, 10 hits, 6 walks, and he's got 14 strikeouts. First one to Andy Yerzy is outside, ball 1. Top of the 8th inning on this Tuesday afternoon. We got this series going with an 11:30 start time today. This is down and away, 2-0. It was a busy day around the stands today with all the field trips that have now, many of whom at least, have now gone back to school. 2-0. Popped up foul. That's right behind the plate. Pages tosses his mask. He's on the dirt circle, and he squeezes. The pop flies. It finally comes back down. So Keeley pops up Yerzy. Tracked well by Pages. There are two away for Dominic Fletcher coming back up. Nunez plays off the bag at first base. The runner there is Diaz. The pitch for Fletcher. Pumped to left field, a shallow base hit. Up with it is Koperniak. He throws it back in, but a little slicing liner by Fletcher. So a soft single. There are 2 on and 2 down. Dominic Fletcher, the former Arkansas Razorback, is on at first base. Not his first trip to Hammonds Field, I'm sure. So here's Taekwon Forbes, 2 men on, 2 down, top of the 8th. Cardinals ahead 11-3. Keeley, the tall lefty, gets a half swing by Forbes. He does not go though, says Alex Nash down at first base. And that pitch was outside. 1-0. Well, Kyle Leahy effectively took this powerful lineup out of this game starting in the 2nd inning after he gave up the home run, as this pitch skips back to the screen. So both runners will move up on a wild pitch. Diaz down to 3rd. Fletcher into 2nd base. And 2 are on with 2 down. Now they're both in scoring position. The last thing you want to do against a lineup like the Sod Poodles have is let them get that offense going here late in this ball game. 2-0, fouled right back into the backstop. 2-1. First day of the series, a morning game. It's kind of a scramble to get ready. That morning routine is compressed. Amarillo's never been here before, so they came out swinging, and then maybe everything caught up to them. They did get into town yesterday, so they had time to settle in. As the 2-1 from Keeley outside, ball 3. But the Cardinals at this juncture just trying to keep things as quiet as possible with this Sod Poodle lineup. Taekwon Forbes batting .300 on the nose. 3-1 delivery. Lofted foul back out of play, and that'll force it full. Forbes picked up an infield single back in the 1st inning. Then he was robbed driving the ball back to the wall in the 3rd inning, but Moises Gomez, who was in right at the time, made a terrific play. They got him on a line out to left field then in the 6th. 3-2 is lofted to shallow right center field. That's going to get down in the gap and bring in 2 runs. Forbes around first will now put the brakes on. Both runners come in, however. It's a 2-run single. And the Cardinal lead is 6 runs, 11-5. So Forbes just kind of driving it out the opposite way. That brings in Diaz from 3rd, Fletcher in from 2nd. That wild pitch looming large a little bit, moving both runners up. His fastball up and outside. 1-0 for Jorge Barrosa. Right-handed left fielder has an RBI. He's 0 for 3 otherwise. And the 1-0. Launched to right center field, chasing after it. Pinder, he's got a beat on it, and he makes a reaching grab. Trying to stretch it back open. It's 11-5, the Cardinal lead. 2-run base hit by Taekwon Forbes, the Sod Poodles' 3rd baseman a moment ago, does bring them back within 6. As the right-hander Lewis spins an off-speed pitch just by the swing of Chandler Redmond. Now the Cardinals' 4-run outburst in the 6th inning certainly all the more significant now, and Redmond was a big piece of that, driving a 3-run home run out the opposite way to left center. He takes up and away. 1-1 strike here. Part of a 5 RBI day for Chandler Redmond. And he gets into this one, a high fly ball, left center, playable though. The center fielder Carroll over in the gap, and he'll pick it out of the air for the first out. So Chandler 1 for 4 now. But even when he's been retired or when he hasn't logged an official hit, he's been productive today with 5 runs batted in. So Chase Pinder is the batter. Open stance right side. Pinder in his first game back off a brief stint on the IL. And he looks at a fastball right at the bottom of the strike zone. Chase 2 for 4 today, an RBI single and a double. Justin Lewis, the tall right-hander, comes home and it's fouled away. Knocked out a play into the right side of the stadium. So 0-2 for Pinder. Chase is batting .317. 3 home runs. Up to 10 runs batted in. 0-2. Down and away from Lewis. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, join us tomorrow. We've got more day baseball coming up with an 11:30 a.m. first pitch. Cardinals and Sod Poodles. Round 2. Check swing at a breaking ball down and away here. Chase able to stop that swing, so it'll go to 2-2. And the next from Lewis. Foul away. Pinder out in front of that good off-speed pitch, but still able to fight it off and see another one. Cardinals with a right-hander warming in the Ozark Fence and Supply Company home bullpen. It is Corey Thompson down there, number 21 on his back. This is yanked foul into the netting, protecting the third base side stands at Hammonds Field. A note about tomorrow, it will not be a Purina Wolf Wednesday game. Something about people bringing their dogs with a whole bunch of elementary school kids just didn't seem prudent. So we'll be back to Purina Wolf Wednesday the next Wednesday night game, but not during the day, as a fastball is up and away, 3-2. You also factor in the heat for the pups out there. Payoff pitch coming for Pinder. Foul back overhead. And the count will stay full for Chase. 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cardinals ahead 11-5. They have led this game since the bottom of the 1st inning. And really blew it open with those home runs in the 6th. Full count pitch for Pinder. Fastball popped up, first base side, foul towards the Cardinals dugout, but right in front of the dugout, Yerzy makes the catch. The Sod Poodle pitcher, Lewis, went into the dugout. He pops up and is okay. Yerzy right before the dugout made the catch, and Lewis just kind of went zipping right by. So a foul out retires Pinder. 2 down for Malcolm Nunez, who got a hold of his 2nd home run of the year in that 6th inning rally. His was the solo shot. It traveled 430 plus feet. First one for Malcolm here. Inside, a breaking ball. That home run was hit off Josh Green. Lewis took over to get the final out in that 6th inning. Fastball comes up and in, 2-0 rather. So far, Justin Lewis out there for Amarillo has retired 6 in a row. 2-0 for Malcolm. Down and in, a fastball. Nunez does have 2 more walks today. He's got a perfect line going, 2 for 2 with an RBI base hit, 2 walks, and a solo home run. 3 balls, no strikes. And this is called strike 1 on the inside edge, with Malcolm taking a step out of the batter's box. So a hitter's count still for Nunez, the right-handed first baseman from Havana, Cuba. The pitch inside and low. There's ball 4. So Nunez will continue his perfect line. That is his third walk of the game. He's been on in all 5 plate appearances. And Malcolm adds to his team-leading total of walks, up to 21 of them now this year. And of course, the walk brought to you by Red Wing Shoes. Serving Springfield for over 50 years, Red Wing Shoes has a fit for every customer and a boot or shoe for every walk of life. Check them out today in Springfield at 1707 South Campbell. Irving Lopez rips through the first pitch fastball from Lewis. Strike 1. Tough repertoire out of the right hand of Justin Lewis. He's got a fastball that has been buzzing in between 93 and 95. Here's a changeup that gets Lopez waving out in front of it at 85. And then that slider has perhaps been his best pitch so far. Lopez trails 0-2 the pitch. Fought foul, tapping that same changeup away. So it'll hold at 0-2. Cardinals have 11 runs on 15 hits in this game. 0-2. Hit a mile out of here, but onto traffic way foul. That might even go across traffic way. So another 0-2 pitch coming for Lopez, left-handed second baseman. Lewis deals, and it's pulled on the ground right to second. Cintrone plucks it up off the dirt and they've got Blaze Alexander leading off the ninth. Alexander, Centeno, and Cintrone, 7, 8, and 9 in the Sod Poodles lineup. Facing the tough righty out of Malden, South Carolina, Corey Thompson. His first of the inning, lasered in a fastball. And it's strike 1 for Alexander. Corey wears those high striped socks pulled up over the pant legs. Number 21. 6 feet even, 200 pounds. 27-year-old. Breaking ball is inside. Alexander able to get out of the way of it, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. But Thompson has been outstanding this year. This is his 9th outing. He doesn't have a decision, but a 1.69 ERA. The pitch. Yanked sharply to left field, a line shot. It's going to skip once up against the fence. Koperniak fires it to second base, but diving in headlong with a double is Blaze Alexander. Alexander tattooing that off the left field fence. So he's got a 2-hit day. It's a leadoff double. And it brings up Juan Centeno. Centeno 1 out of 3 with a solo home run. 11-5 Cardinals in front, with Thompson trying to close it out. The pitch to Centeno, taken outside, ball 1. Corey has thrown 10 2/3 innings. That's only the 11th hit he's allowed, just 2 runs. 3 walks to 12 strikeouts for the righty. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch. Had Centeno jumping out of his cleats in front of it. It's a ball and a strike. Centeno is one of, well, just about every Sod Poodle off to a good start offensively this year. He's batting .342. 6 home runs, 20 runs batted in. Thompson comes home with a fastball and finds that outside edge. Boy, that placed perfectly. Bottom of the zone, right on that outside corner at 96. So Corey's ahead of the count, 1-2. He fires. This time the changeup taken by Centeno up and outside. Cardinals ahead 11-5, top of the 9th inning, game 1 of the series. Be right back at it with more day baseball tomorrow, and 11:30 a.m. start time once again. And then home every day through Sunday as the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Thompson gets him with an off-speed pitch. Centeno down on strikes. There's 1 away here in the 9th inning. And the batter is Giancarlos Cintrone. Giancarlo Cintrone on the right side, 0 for 3 today. And he rips this past the reaching Walker down the left field line. In from second is Alexander. Into second goes Cintrone. An RBI double blistered into the left field corner. So it is a 5-run ball game now. Cardinals lead is 11-6. Second double of the inning for Amarillo. Giancarlo Cintrone with his 9th double of the year, up to 20 runs batted in. Here's Corbin Carroll. Left-handed leadoff man, slender of build in the batter's box. And he takes a strike piped in there for strike one. Carroll's listed at 5'10", 165. Does have 9 home runs though, 17 RBIs, batting .313. Swing and a miss. Good change by Thompson. And the count is 0-2. Oh-2. Fouled back out of play. Oh, just out of the reach of the folks in the production room. That was like a half reach. They might have been able to make a play on it had they really wanted to. Thompson fires high with a fastball. So it's 1-2 for Corbin Carroll, who's got not only a home run streak going at 2 straight games with a long ball, but he's hit 2 home runs in each of those games. Here's the pitch from Thompson. It's outside. And the count evens for Carroll at 2-2. Corbin Carroll, the number 2 prospect in the Diamondback system. At just 21 years old. Cardinals have kept him 0 for 4 today. 2-2. Missing high is Thompson once again. So a full count here for Carroll. 1 on, 1 down, 1 run already in here in the top of the 9th. Cardinals ahead 11-6. Cardinal line 11-15-1. Sod Poodles are at 6-10-1. Payoff pitch. High and away, ball 4. So Corey will put Carroll on with a 1-out walk. That fills up first base, puts 2 out there, 1 away. The batter is Eduardo Diaz. 2 for 3 line for the right-handed batter. Diaz DHing today. A double, a single. He reached on an error. He stole a base. And he has scored twice. Here's a fly ball hit to deep right field. Going back is Davis. He's at the wall. He scales the fence, but it's over the fence. And it's a 3-run home run the opposite way for Eduardo Diaz. And all of a sudden, it's a 2-run ball game. 11-9, the Cardinal lead cut down. This is what Amarillo does. They can put up a ton of runs in a hurry. That is their 50th home run of the year already. As Pedro Pajes goes out for a quick mound visit. For Diaz, it's his 3rd home run of the year. Up to 21 runs batted in. A 3-run shot off the DH's bat. Nobody's out there. And Andy Yerzy is the batter who takes ball 1 high. So the Sod Poodles have roared right back into this ballgame. 6 runs here in the final 2 innings, the 8th and 9th. Cardinals clinging to a 2-run lead. Yerzy hammers this on a line deep right field. That's going to go off the top of the training facility. A solo home run. It is 11-10. It's a 1-run ballgame with the Cardinals hanging on. Yerzy's 3rd of the year, 10th RBI. Back-to-back home runs for Diaz and Yerzy here in the top of the ninth. It is a 5-run outburst as the Cardinals get Johan Quezada warming in the Ozark Fence and Supply Company home bullpen. Pedro Pajes is going to take a slow walk out to the mound to try to buy Quezada some time. So the second visit here in this inning. Amarillo scored the first 2 in the first. Cardinals with 5 in the first. Sod Poodles 1 in the second. Cardinals 2 in the fourth. Added 4 in the sixth then. Opening up the 11-3 lead, but 2 runs for the Sod Poodles in the eighth. 5 so far here in the ninth inning. And it is a 1-run ball game. Dominic Fletcher's coming up. Left-handed right fielder. He's their cleanup hitter. 2 hits today, both singles, one which drove in a run. Overall batting .323. 6 home runs, 31 runs batted in, and now Jose Lajera will take a walk out there, so that is going to be all for Corey Thompson. It was a double by Blaze Alexander that began the inning. Corey then got a strikeout of Centeno, but the RBI double by Centrone lost Carroll to a walk. The 3-run home run by Diaz. And a solo home run off the bat of Yerzy. Now Johan Quezada takes over top of the ninth inning here, and this thing's gotten awfully close in a hurry. It's 11-10. Cardinals are still in front, but down to a 1-run ball game with the Sod Poodles powering their way right back into this. 2 home runs, back-to-back hit by Amarillo. And Quezada's first pitch is fouled away by Dominic Fletcher, a dangerous left-handed hitter. Their cleanup man, who is in pain after fouling the ball off his leg. Quezada is number 25 out there, the 6'9" righty out of Santo Domingo Este in the Dominican Republic. Johan this year 1-0 in 11-0 ERA. 9th outing of the campaign, 9 innings, 17 runs, 11 earned. 13 hits with 8 walks and 11 Ks. Looking for 2 final outs as the 0-1 to Fletcher. Pulled down the right field line, bending foul. Strike 2. Cardinals have led this game since the bottom of the first inning. Amarillo shaved the deficit with 2 in the 8th inning on the base hit by Taekwon Forbes. As the 0-2 here. Down and inside, 1-2. RBI double by Centrone, a 3-run home run by Diaz, and the solo shot by Yerzy. The anatomy of the 5-run inning here in the ninth. Quezada fires. Fastball, called strike 3. Johan lasers it on the outside edge, and boy, that's a big strikeout. 100 miles per hour out of the right hand of Quezada for the put away. So the second out here in the ninth inning. And it will be Quezada versus Taekwon Forbes with 2 down in the ninth. Forbes having a 2-hit day as well. Slider on the inside edge, strike number 1. Forbes delivered the 2-run single that started the comeback in the 8th inning. The 0-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. Quezada hitting triple digits yet again. Forbes will call for time and step out of the batter's box. Quezada set up. Here's the 0-2. Down and away, a breaking ball. One and 2 for Forbes. 2 down, nobody on. Cardinals up by 1. The pitch. Down and outside, another slider. So it evens the count at 2-2 for Tyquan Forbes. Even stance right side, waving the bat back and forth. Quezada set at the belt. He fires. Swinging a fly ball, center field. Pinder tracking it to his right, jogging after it and putting it away for the final piece of this ball game. Cardinals hang on to win the opener. The final score 11-10. So the Sod Poodles come racing back with a pair of homers in the ninth, but Yohan Quezada takes over, nails it down with back-to-back outs, and the Cardinals win the first of this series by the final of 11-10. We'll tell you all about it in the postgame show on the Cardinals Baseball Network.